Hello, my name is Jim Sturdivant, and I want to talk to you about one of the most profound spiritual experiences that I've had in my life, which came as a gift from one of my own children. Um, my verse is Isaiah 11:6, which basically is the lion shall lay down with the lamb, and a little child shall lead them. My wife and I raised four sons. One of our sons, Daniel, is Down syndrome, has Down syndrome. And because of that, Daniel is cognitively or intellectually childlike. However, as I'm about to tell you, Daniel has an immense spiritual aspect to his being, and this is my story. So when all four of the boys were still living at home, I had a big project due. I'm an attorney, and I was getting ready to have a very important hearing. It was on a Sunday, and the hearing was going to be Monday morning, and it was a very important hearing, and I had to get ready for it. And I had barricaded myself in the dining room and kind of been a little bit dramatic and self-centered about how I was reacting to everyone else in the household. And they were not being quiet enough to suit me, and I was getting irritated about that and had kind of grumped about that 3 or 4 or 5 times. And I finally got in the dining room. I got everything all laid out, and I'm finally ready to start getting my preparation done for this big hearing. And as I began to dig into my work, there came a knock on the door. And I, through gritted teeth, said, "Yes, who is it?" And the voice on the other side says, "Dad, it's Daniel. Can I come in?" And I said, again through gritted teeth, "Yes, Daniel, you can come in." And the door opened. Daniel's head pokes in, and he looks at me and he says, "Dad, just do your best, okay?" And at that moment, I felt humbled because I realized that a little child was leading me. Intellectually, a child was leading me, but his spiritual strength and his wisdom were most profound. And I felt very blessed because what Daniel was telling me is, essentially, we can only do our best. We can't necessarily guarantee or produce results. We can do our best, but that's really all we can do. We don't control outcomes. We don't control results. We control how we react to situations and, to a certain extent, how hard we work or how hard we prepare. But he also reminded me that I could receive wisdom and strength even from the least of these, and that in my case, a little child did lead me. And it was, again, one of the more profound experiences in my life from a spiritual standpoint. And since that day, I looked at Daniel with a new sense of respect, because I realized that despite his intellectual, we might call them shortcomings, on a spiritual level, Daniel's a giant. And I was very fortunate to receive wisdom and strength from Daniel, and I believe flowing through Daniel, the Holy Spirit.